how do we recognize God working in our life? I'm Christy Birchfield, and we're working our way through the book of Daniel. We've been in Daniel chapter 2, and we're coming to the end of this chapter. And Daniel has just done something amazing, phenomenal, mind-blowing. And it's all because God worked through Daniel to bring it about. The king had had a dream, and he had told people that they had to tell him the dream and give its interpretation. After praying to God, God gives Daniel the dream. God tells him what to say, and Daniel goes before the king and does that very thing. We see the king's response in Daniel chapter 2, verse 47. We see it says, "The king said to Daniel, 'Surely your God is the God of gods and the Lord of kings and a revealer of mysteries, for you were able to reveal this mystery.'" It says in the verse before that the king actually falls on his face and bows down before Daniel. Wouldn't that be something to see? The king of that powerful of a kingdom actually reverencing and worshiping something else besides himself. You also kind of get the idea, or at least one of the things I've always wondered. It says at the beginning of the chapter that this was just the second year of his reign. He was very early on his reign as king. King Nebuchadnezzar was. And I kind of wonder if maybe he was using this as a test, as a way to weed out some of the wise men that had been there, because they'd probably been there since before him, and the king that was there before him. And maybe he was trying to find a politically strategic way to try to get rid of some of these people. But what I find with this is all of a sudden he is completely shocked in finding that, hey, here's the dream. The king has to acknowledge that Daniel's God has done the impossible. He's so shocked, he's so surprised, he falls down in worship. Here's the thing. God works and moves in our lives in so many ways. He does so every day, and a lot of times he does it in ways that we aren't even looking for and don't expect. So the question I want to ask you today is, do we recognize the hand that God plays in every situation and circumstance in our life? We may have thought that it was beyond him or beneath him. Either way, are we seeing God moving? Because he does in even the little tiny things in our life. Do we give God the recognition that he deserves for all the things that he's involved in and all the ways that he's working and moving in our life? That's the challenge. Now, there's been a lot that we've gone through already and just not even getting through entirely chapter 2. So if you've missed anything in this series, please make sure you check out the link in the description below for the entire playlist. And then make sure you subscribe so you don't miss anything going forward. We're going to go through the entire book. So it'll be a great time of study and learning. Thanks so much. Have a great day.